The division series matchups are now set, with victories by the New York Yankees, Chicago Cubs, and Detroit Tigers. The brackets are Detroit Tigers vs. Seattle Mariners, New York Yankees vs. Toronto Blue Jays, Los Angeles Dodgers vs. Philadelphia Phillies, and Chicago Cubs vs. Milwaukee Brewers. Each pairing will compete for a ticket to the League Championship Series. Earlier, in 2 elimination games, the teams that had won Game 1 went on to clinch the series. As a result, teams that won the first game of the wild card round now hold an all-time record of 21 wins and 2 losses, and a perfect 15 wins and 0 losses since the format was officially introduced in 2022. However, the New York Yankees became the first team to drop Game 1 and still win the series by defeating the Boston Red Sox. The Yankees and Red Sox are now tied with 3 wins and 3 losses in their postseason head-to-head history. In the decisive game, Boston sent Connolly early to the mound, while New York countered with Cam Shritler. At 23 years and 182 days old, Shritler became Boston's youngest postseason starting pitcher since Babe Ruth in Game 2 of the 1916 World Series, when Ruth threw a 14-inning complete game victory while allowing only 1 run. Both pitchers tossed 3 scoreless innings, but from the 4th inning onward, their fortunes diverged. Manager Alex Cora left early into long, and defensive mistakes added to the trouble, leading to 3.2 innings pitched, 4 runs allowed, 3 earned. Shritler, by contrast, dominated through 8 innings with 12 strikeouts, no runs, and no walks. It was the first time in postseason history that a pitcher threw 8 or more innings with 12 or more strikeouts and no runs or walks allowed. His 12 strikeouts also set both the New York Yankees postseason debut record and a winner-take-all-game record. The previous high of 11 strikeouts had been shared by Cliff Lee in the 2010 American League Division Series Game 5, Justin Verlander in the 2012 American League Division Series Game 5 shutout, and Jake Arrieta in the 2015 Wild Card Single Elimination shutout. A local pitcher who grew up 30 minutes from Fenway Park and once rooted for the Boston Red Sox, Shritler attended college in Boston, shined as a freshman, slumped as a junior, and was drafted despite his family's wish of any team but the Yankees. Selected in the 7th round, he has since embraced pinstripes, admitting, "I will not wear a Yankees shirt around Boston, but I am a Yankees fan now." Named the New York Yankees minor league pitcher of the year last season, but ranked only 12th on prospect lists, Shritler steadily added weight and velocity after joining the organization. Under Jarrett Cole's guidance, he closed the regular season with 5.1 innings of 1-run ball and 7 scoreless innings with 9 strikeouts against the Baltimore Orioles, earning the Yankees' number 3 postseason rotation spot. His emergence is especially encouraging for the Yankees, who have not produced a true homegrown ace since drafting Andy Pettitte in the 22nd round of 1990. CC Sabathia, Masahiro Tanaka, Jarrett Cole, Carlos Rodin, and Max Fried were all acquired externally. Next year, with Cole's return, the Yankees envision a Big Four rotation, right-handed pitchers Cole and Shritler, alongside left-handed pitchers Fried and Rodin. In Game 2, manager Aaron Boone stuck with Rodin despite early struggles and was rewarded. Today, he again trusted his starter, and Shritler delivered 8 innings on 107 pitches. Boone later said, "I cannot share exactly what he told me yesterday, but it gave me tremendous confidence." The Yankees advanced despite slumps from Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. Shortstop Anthony Volpe came through with clutch hitting and stellar defense, while newcomers and Rosario and Ryan McMahon contributed on both offense and defense. Boston, meanwhile, paid the price for a quiet trade deadline and injuries to Roman Anthony and Lucas Giolito. Manager Alex Cora compounded matters, burning through the bullpen in a game-to-loss, and then waiting too long to deploy relievers in the decider. Alex Bregman, who had gone 3 wins and 0 losses against the Yankees during his Houston Astros years, finally lost his first postseason series. Though signed to a 3-year deal, Bregman has an opt-out clause available every season. The Milwaukee Brewers' opponent will be the Chicago Cubs. In Game 1, manager Craig Counsell removed pitcher Boyd after 4.1 innings 1 run and leaned heavily on the bullpen. In Game 1, manager Craig Counsell removed pitcher Boyd after 4.1 innings 1 run and leaned heavily on the bullpen. The Cubs' bullpen was dominant across their 2 wins, combining for 9.2 innings of 1-run ball. The San Diego Padres managed just 2 runs in 14 innings, breaking a scoreless drought with Merrill's ninth-inning solo home run. Yu Darvish, who had previously starred with the win and a tough luck loss in last year's division series, faltered with the bases loaded and allowed a key hit to Pete Crow Armstrong before exiting. The Cubs nearly squandered the chance with the strikeout and double play after Dansby Swanson forced in a run with a bases-loaded walk, but Michael Busch's seventh-inning solo home run provided insurance. Busch, who hit 8 home runs in 15 games to close the season, went 3 for 4 with 1 run batted in. San Diego, which had bolstered its roster at the deadline with Miller, Furman, Ramon Laureano, and Wong, unraveled when Laureano was injured. Their lack of dependable starting pitching proved fatal. Fernando Tatis Jr. went just 1 for 12 with a walk, and Manny Machado, despite a 2-run home run in Game 2, finished 1 for 10 with 2 walks and 2 runs batted in. After losing to the Philadelphia Phillies in the 2022 National League Championship Series and falling to the Los Angeles Dodgers in last year's division series, the San Diego Padres were eliminated in the wild card round this time. Key players Michael King, Dylan Cease, Luis Arraez, and Robert Suarez will all enter free agency. The Detroit Tigers, who nearly collapsed down the stretch, stunned the Cleveland Guardians to advance. Last year, the Tigers swept the Houston Astros in the wild card round and even led Cleveland in the division series before blowing it. Afterward, Tarek Skubal personally bought a newspaper advertisement declaring, "Our city and our team are resilient." This year, those words proved true. Jack Flaherty steadied Detroit with 4.2 innings of 1-run ball. In the 6th inning, catcher Dylan Dingler broke a 1-1 tie with a solo home run. He also threw out Joe's Ramrez attempting to steal, becoming the first Detroit catcher since Buster Posey to homer and cut down a base runner in a winner-take-all postseason game. Dingler was also the first Detroit player ever to hit a go-ahead home run in an elimination game after the 6th inning. Detroit then erupted for 4 runs in the 7th inning, and though 2 errors gifted Cleveland 2 runs in the 8th, they held on. Javier Baez, who had 5 hits in 11 at-bats and dazzling defense at shortstop throughout the series, was the star. The number 3-seeded Guardians fell to the number 6-seeded Tigers, who now face the number 2-seeded Seattle Mariners. Cleveland entered hot after a record of 19 wins and 4 losses to close the regular season, including 2 straight walk-off victories, but their weak offense and sloppy defense doomed them. Their team on-base percentage was below .300, making them just the second playoff team since the 1968 St. Louis Cardinals to do so. Except Cleveland had no ace like Bob Gibson. Joe's Ramrez, who owns a career postseason on-base plus slugging percentage of just .685, once again failed to shine in October. That concludes today's update.